Another EVM twist after the 2024 results. It looks like even though at that time the results were accepted by one and all, but the charges against electronic voting machines coming to the fore yet again. This time, newly elected Mumbai Member of Parliament Waikar's relative has been booked for using a mobile phone inside the counting centre on the 4th of June. Cops are claiming that, according to their investigation, it appears that this relative had a phone that unlocks the electronic voting machine. Mumbai Police has filed this FIR, and just remember, it's a big allegation. Rahul Gandhi has immediately jumped on this, saying that we are not even allowed to scrutinize them, serious concerns are being raised, and he's also questioning and calling this a complete scam. So this, remember, is the big news coming in. And I want to immediately go across to India. Today's Dipesh Tripathi for the latest on that. Dipesh, because this is such a sensitive issue right now, let's try and understand it. You tell me, what are the cops saying? Because how can a mobile phone with a relative of a neta be allowed to unlock the EVM? What are the police saying?
Pooja, definitely the election rules it clearly says that no mobile phone is allowed to use within the counting center. The mobile phone which was used by the Ravindra Waikar relative was a phone given to him by election officer Dinesh Gurav, and that phone the Dinesh Gurav was carrying, that phone was used to unlock the EVM. Let me tell you, to unlock the EVM, one OTP has to be received on that mobile phone, and that OTP, by putting on in the EVM is get unlocked. So that phone is used to unlock the EVM, and after unlocking the EVM, that phone was supposed to be handed over to the returning officer of that jurisdiction. But in spite of handing over that phone, Dinesh Gurav gave that phone to Ravindra Waikar's relative Pandilkar, and he used that phone to make some calls. And police is now verifying and also trying to get the CDR that whom to call that phone was used, and also who were also involved in this case right now. Therefore, the police has asked Election Commission to give the CCTV footage of the center, and on the basis of that CCTV footage, now police will try to investigate that who others are involved in this. On the other side, 141 notice has been also served to the Waikar relative Pandilkar to record his statement. Police has now said that till now the both Gurav and Pandilkar, on both they have booked they both have been booked by the Mumbai Police under various IPC sections, and they both are right now cooperating with the investigation. But if they do not cooperate with the investigation, then then might be arrest to take place. But so right now, police is also waiting for the forensic report.
Okay. So investigation is on. Stay on with me because this is a big story. I'm also joined by Sahil Joshi on this and Rahul Gautam. Sahil, because this is going to become a huge political showdown, it already has, but let's try and understand it. The whole issue was, can it be tampered, not be tampered? How can an election officer give a mobile phone to a relative of a neta? What are you picking up? What is this issue about?
Well, I don't think that, right now the police investigation has not shown that there is a hacking of electronic voting. First of all, let me make it very clear. But yes, it's a serious violation of election code of conduct. That's definitely there. When in the counting center, your personal mobile is not allowed. The close kin of the winning candidate who won by only 48 votes. Please understand, who won by only 48 votes. Not only carried the mobile, but that mobile phone did not belong to him, but it is a ECI property. This phone is used for the authentication of a particular person who works for Election Commission, a technical person who works for Election Commission who handles the electronic voting machine. His mobile phone was used by relative of Ravindra Waikar, who won the Northwest constituency by 48 votes. So first of all, it's a clear-cut violation. It's one can clearly see that when the Election Commission and its conduct is already under scrutiny for not releasing the absolute numbers of the voting, people have moved to the court. There is already a suspicion about whether the EVMs can be hacked or not hacked. There were complaints, with respect to the election counting officials for being partisan. There were complaints by the NCP, SP and Shiv Sena that the Election Commission officials are helping the ruling party candidates. So, despite everything, if somebody uses the election commission phone, that becomes a really serious issue. Now, what happened is that the police, when it was brought to the light, because that phone rang, and because of that, finally it was brought to the light. And after that, on the complaint filed by the election commission, the police registered an FIR. They took the statements of both the people, the guy Gaurav, who was associated with the election commission, the technical person for the election commission, and Ravindra Waikar's kin. After that, now the police has asked the returning officer to give his opinion that what exactly needs to be done in this, whether he thinks that it's a serious code of conduct violation, or it should be taken lightly that the phone was used only to make some certain call. It's something what they need to now find out. They're going to come up with some kind of a statement as well soon about it. And the investigation is being handled by the additional police commissioner level officer, because it has become really serious the way now the things have been picked up. But the police basically is saying that it's not being used to hack the EVM. That is what they are trying to clear it off. But despite that, it's a very serious lapse on the conduct inside the counting center when such a close-knit fight was being fought. And this is going to become murkier. This is going to become political. Already what we are seeing that Rahul Gandhi has commented about it. But not only Rahul Gandhi, even Aditya Thackeray has come up with a tweet, and he has specifically mentioned entirely compromised. Not the election commission is what the new meaning of election commission means. Entirely compromised means election commission is what Aditya Thackeray is saying. So, this election is also going to come under the attack for not the EVM side, but also the conduct of the election commission is what this particular incident
also,
can say.
Sahil, I don't think many people would even be aware that there would be this whole mobile phone OTP that is needed to unlock the EVM, and that it should be only, and of course only, with the election commission official. How are you picking up, how is the investigation, and apart from that, politics going to play out? Because Elon Musk, even though has reacted on Puerto Rico, it has got a statement from Rajiv Chandrasekhar, former IT minister. Can we say right now that the investigation is primarily on what happened rather than on the hacking? Because hacking then will take it to another level of tangent of the results.
Correct. So let's not speculate about it.
Yes,
right now, what we can clearly see here is that something has been done which is flouted the rules. The rules clearly said that none of the person who is entering the counting center should be carrying the mobile phone. So despite that, the phone which was authorized by the election commission for the authorized person of the election commission who handles the technical part inside the counting center for the counting day, his phone, which is authorized by the election commission, was used by the candidate who had won the election by 48 votes, merely 48. That is also in the recounting. That makes everything suspicious. So it's a serious code of conduct violation, and that's why the police is now acting very, I've spoken to the senior police officials, and they have said it very clearly that additional police commissioner level officer is investigating this. The statements of Ravindra Waikar's kin and everybody has been taken. The returning officer have been, requested by the election by the Mumbai Police to give his opinion that what needs to be done in this and how should we take it forward. And accordingly, now the further investigation will happen. We'll have to wait and see whether because I've spoken to some people from the Sena UBT also. They might take this case to the court for the thorough investigation, whether it was actually used to manipulate the whole election commission process, because the Shiv Sena has already moved to the court challenging the recounting process done by the returning officer on that particular day when their candidate lost by 48 votes. Earlier, he was leading in the constituency, but when Ravindra Waikar asked for the repolling, after that the repolling by 48 votes, Ravindra Waikar won. So, it's very closely contested fight, and that's why this is going to end up...
I hope the Election Commission right away clarifies on what exactly unfolded, because it's not just about one or two constituencies or EVMs, it's about electoral process. And in fact, the Congress party, the opposition bloc, the India bloc has got such a massive tally this time. They had accepted the verdict, but this whole EVM hacking issue has returned. Please stay on with me. Sahil and Rahul Gautam also continue to be with us.